Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a lovely day today. It is hot as hell outside, so I apologize if you hear my fan in the background. Girl, we don't have any AC and it's 80 degrees. I believe that is 30 degrees Celsius for any non-Fahrenheit users. So it's very hot. And also, I figured that the sound of the fan would disguise the literal destruction that is going on outside of my house. They are, like, ripping up the road and retarring it, so it's a little bit loud. So I'm hoping that you won't be able to hear it in the background, over the fan. But I don't know how that will go. Anyways, we're just going through r/antiMLM as per usual. So let's just jump right into it. How can it hit 50k in sales when it's not open to customers yet? When Elomir falls like the pyramid it's working as, I fear for the reps a little. She's in deep with it though. My team hit 50k in sales today. We're almost at Icon 7 and I could literally cry. I can't believe this is actually happening. The light is finally here at the end of this dark 4-month tunnel. I'm so grateful and blessed to be here. And here is the picture in question. So this is Elomir, which is a brand new MLM that I'm sure a good chunk of you have heard of, where basically it's like some kind of supplement that you put on your tongue, and it kind of looks like a yellow post-it note. It's like a little yellow square that you just let dissolve on your tongue, and they say that it bypasses your digestive system and goes straight into your bloodstream. Which is kind of weird considering your mouth is part of your digestive system, so I don't know how that works. But it's kind of weird because it's not open to customers yet, so the only people that are actually buying these little squares are the consultants. So it's kind of functioning a little pyramid-y at the moment, and it's kind of making me nervous. So I don't know how this is going to go for Elomir itself. I'm kind of hoping that they get shut down by the FTC because they are functioning in a questionable manner, but I guess we'll just have to sit tight and see. It's very weird. So apparently not realizing an old MLM still exists calls for an aggressive response. Have you tried Mary Kay? I have not. Honestly, did not think Mary Kay was still a thing, lol. Oh, so my full-time job bringing in $1,000 a week while I work from the beach with a margarita in hand isn't a thing anymore? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh my god, that is so unnecessarily salty. And then the OP added an update. So somebody else commented, that was rude as fuck. All she's saying is that it's been a while since she's heard of it. And then the original commenter said, lol, I literally have nothing against Mary Kay. I wasn't making fun of you. I honest to God didn't think Mary Kay was still a thing, so chill. So then the Hun responds, oh my god, no, blank. I don't even know you and don't know how you got on my friends list, but don't stick up for blank when she's shitting on my job, 'cause that ain't gonna happen. I ain't fake. So anyways, blank, wanna buy some Mary Kay for me or what? Then I think this is slightly out of context because it doesn't make sense in context, but the Hun says, he needs a mother and not hust when it's convenient for him. So, like I said, out of context. Then the original commenter responds again, how you about to say I'm shitting on your job and then ask if I want to buy some makeup off of you. And please don't say shit about him needing a mother. He has one and a father too. What the fuck are you talking about fending for himself? You do not know me or how I raise my child. I think you should go elsewhere because I don't like how you talked about me or my friend blank, who had every right to defend me if she wanted to, because once again, not shitting on your job, lol. So I guess the Hun was talking about this person's child? What in the name of God is going on? And then the Mary Kay Hun pulls out the classic mom guilt card, in all caps. Do you want to keep working a 9 to 5 and leaving your kid to fend for himself or what? With 2 question marks.
I could drive a dirt bike through your face and there'd be no difference because you're so ugly and stupid.
So what is it with nurses and MLMs? I'm at work at a hospital and just now I smelled something super minty and nice. I say to myself, someone must be chewing gum, and this CNA pops out of nowhere with a little vial of doTERRA peppermint that she has been diffusing on the ward to try to entice people to buy. She's like the umpteenth member of the nursing staff I've seen selling MLMs on my ward alone, and I've seen many in other jobs that I've had. Anybody else had the experience with nurses selling MLMs left and right? One sold to her charge nurse. So this comment, I think, explained it pretty well. This was by Sacrifice Starlight on Reddit. I'm not downplaying what nurses do. They're so important. Nurses require as little as a 2-year degree, and suddenly society turns to them for extremely important guidance, despite us all knowing at least one nurse who's a disaster in their own lives. MLM leadership specifically seeks out folks that are in positions of authority or centers of influence in some capacity, so unfortunately nurses, particularly easy-to-trick nurses, are desirable in those scams. Honestly, I think that explains it perfectly. Especially here in the US, there's not a lot of education needed to become a nurse. Like they said, for some it's only as little as a 2-year degree program. So a lot of them are not, they're very qualified and capable, but they are at the same time, some of them can be really gullible, as anybody else can be. And so I think that when you're put in a situation where, you're under a lot of stress and you're also not being paid as much as you should be, especially, again, here in the US, that can kind of be a breeding ground for MLMs. I'm not making any medical claims, ... and it's tagged with Elomir, once again. I got my smell back. I lost my sense of smell when I had COVID last September, and I had gone almost a year without it. This thing has helped with so many amazing things. I kicked my caffeine addiction because of this clean energy it gives me. After 2 years of insomnia, I am finally getting deep sleep and waking up feeling refreshed. My confidence is through the roof. I feel pure bliss and my anxiety has felt non-existent. I am not making any medical claims. You just did. You literally just did. Because everyone's body is different. But this is what it has done for me in the 12 days I have taken it.
This is a load of barnacles.
Okay, so riddle me this. What part of not having insomnia anymore, having your sense of smell back after losing it from COVID, and having no anxiety symptoms anymore isn't a medical claim? That is by definition a medical claim. What are you talking about? Just because you add on that everyone's body is different and everyone's reaction will be different, that doesn't not make that a medical claim. That makes no sense. Food and Drug Administration sent a big fat warning letter to Young Living in June. Interesting read. So I'll link this article down below. This letter was addressed directly to Mary Young, who is essentially the person running Young Living right now. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be able to read because it would take too long, but there's lots of claims made by Young Living Huns that they mentioned that are very questionable, and they also call out Young Living for essentially being negligent in handling these medical claims. So let's have a peek. Your essential oil, Vitality, Ningxia, and Nature's Ultra CBD products are under Section 201G1B of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act because they are intended for use in the cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of a disease. The intended use of a product may be determined by, among other things, its labeling, advertising, and the circumstances surrounding its distribution. As explained further below, the products are also unapproved new drugs and misbranded drugs. Introducing or delivering these products for introduction into interstate commerce violates the Act. You can find the Act through links on the FDA's homepage. Examples of claims found on your websites, as well as your Young Living consultants' social media account postings that provide evidence of the intended uses of your products as drugs include, but may not be limited to, the following. And they just list a bunch of their products that they sell with the claims that were made by various Young Living consultants, and there is a lot of them, so definitely check it out if you're curious. Based on the above claims, your essential oil, Vitality, Ningxia, and Nature's Ultra CBD products are drugs. We are not aware of any adequate and well-controlled clinical studies in the published literature that support a determination that any of these products are generally recognized as safe and effective for the use under conditions prescribed, recommended, or suggested in their labeling. Accordingly, your essential oil, Vitality, Ningxia, and Nature's Ultra CBD products are new drugs under Section 21P of the Act. With certain exceptions not applicable here, new drugs may not be introduced or delivered for introduction into interstate commerce without an approved application from the FDA in effect, as described in sections blah blah blah. No FDA-approved application is in effect for any of these essential oil, Vitality, Ningxia, or Nature's Ultra CBD products. Accordingly, these products are unapproved new drugs marketed in violation of multiple sections of the Act. Based on the above referenced claims, your essential oil, Vitality, Ningxia, and Nature's Ultra CBD products are intended to prevent, treat, or cure conditions that are not amenable to self-diagnosis or treatment by individuals who are not medical practitioners, such as urinary tract infections, yeast infection, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, cancer, kidney stones, addiction, Alzheimer's, anxiety, depression, chronic pain, diabetes, drug withdrawal, epilepsy, glaucoma, and Parkinson's disease. This letter is not intended to be an all-inclusive statement of violations that may exist in connection with your product. You are responsible for investigating and determining the causes of any violations and for preventing their reoccurrence or the occurrence of other violations. It is your responsibility to ensure your firm complies with all requirements of federal law, including FDA regulations. I hope that something actually comes from this, because Young Living has gotten warning letters from government bodies here in the U.S. before and have done next to nothing. So hopefully the FDA actually tries to crack down on them for the medical claims that they have been making. And this is why it's important to report people to the FDA and the FTC, because sometimes they actually do something. Not always, but sometimes they do. Like with this document, if you actually read it, there are multiple examples of medical claims that were made by consultants that I'm assuming must have been reported to the FDA, considering they have them on file. So it's one of those things where, you do it, you report somebody, and you think, well, probably nothing will happen. And sometimes nothing does happen. Sometimes they just get a slap on the wrist and are just sent their merry way. But sometimes they actually do something, like in this case here. So, yeah. Be sure to report people if you see them doing fucked up shit like this. No, I don't think so. Anyone want to trade some yard work for pure romance products? No, I do not want to mow your lawn in exchange for a dildo, ma'am. I'm sorry. Anyways, I leave you off with a photo of my cat Tommy violently licking his shoulder that I took yesterday. He is currently sitting right next to me now. His paw is digging into my leg a little bit because he doesn't seem to understand that his claws kind of hurt. But it's fine because he's being very sweet. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, I guess give it a thumbs down. I don't know. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's cool. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next antiMLM video. Peace out. Goodbye.